Well, hello everybody. YouTube, welcome to my world. Going to do something a little different today. Not too different. Tomorrow night, I don't know when you're going to be watching this, but tomorrow night, today's the 17th of August. Tomorrow night, obviously it's the 18th. We have a town board meeting. You're welcome to come to it if you like. I'm going to be on. One of the things that's going to be happening is I'm going to be reading a proclamation and honor some, or say some other words to honor our employees.
Yes, sir.
And I figured today would be a good day, since tomorrow is the day we're going to do that, to talk about employees. We're going to talk about teachers and students, but we'll save that till next week when the kids actually go back to school. Some in South Carolina have already gone back, but North Carolina, PS Public Schools will be going back next Wednesday. Teachers are out there right now. Today is about the people that work for the town of Fairmont. Today is about the people that actually run the town of Fairmont.
Yes, sir.
If you think I do, I've had a million people say to me over the years, but you're the mayor. I know that. You don't have to tell me that. As if I can do something spectacular that's against the law or monumental and do something that no one else can do. And I know that he's the town manager. He knows he's the town manager. The people, the backbone of this town are the employees. And Mr. Chestnut's going to talk about that heavily in a few minutes. But I got a couple of things I want to say first. Unless you have not ever been on Facebook or any other social media, I know that you have seen Dave Bullock, who is the North Carolina State Auditor, reports. He's been on the news, on Facebook more than any one other person lately.
Yes, sir.
And he's doing his job. His job as state auditor is to find out if people are cheating, doing fraud, committing crimes with financial operations. And this man probably hasn't slipped in the last 2 or 3 months.
Yes, sir. I would agree.
I want to tell you a couple of stories, and then I'm going to turn it over to Mr. Chestnut for his discussion about the value of our employees. An unnamed city manager who is no longer working for this particular city bought $1,600 worth of Ray-Ban sunglasses for 10 members of the city council and the mayor to go to a park's opening celebration, ribbon cutting, because he feared that the sun would get in their eyes. That's $160 a piece for a pair of Ray-Ban glasses. This same town had screenshots. I'm almost out of my field now, but I do know what a screenshot is. Pictures taken of receipts from individuals from the same city council at restaurants. Each one of them. Not the total was $238. One of them was $238. One was $217. One was $315, for a total of about $4,000. This same town manager went to a conference in the western part of the United States city, and his bill for the weekend was $4,000.
That's tough.
The town, and I'm not going to say the town because I'm embarrassed to say this, the city that I went to college nearby in, had a city manager that allowed the utilities department to send out the same duplicate water bills because of mismanagement in that utility department, so that the people of this town got double water bill or double utility bills. I think this town also has electric in with the water and all the other. And when they tried to call and find out what was wrong, they shut the phones off and locked the doors so that the people couldn't get there to complain.
That's crazy.
Those are only 2 examples. But Bullock has been on Facebook 100 times in the last 2 or 3 months.
Yeah.
City after city, town after town, mismanagement, malfeasance, corruption. Why? I don't know. I don't live in those towns. This is what I've led to. But I can tell you this. it will not happen in Fairmont, North Carolina.
That's right.
And the reason it won't happen, part of the reason is sitting beside me right now.
Yes, sir.
The other part of the reason is sitting down the hall from us right now. And I'll say her name. Town Clerk Jennifer Larson. She would have a stroke
Yes, sir.
if you walked in with a bill for $6,000 and had no proof of what it was for. First of all, you get a no automatically. What we've got in Fairmont is and I know there are other towns like Fairmont.
Yeah.
Got to be. We've got different kinds of people who work here.
Yes, sir.
People who are concerned, people who are honest, people who have integrity. And we are blessed. And we got problems. Mr. Chestnut and I told you about them the last 99 shows.
Yes,
We've
sir.
talked about some of them, but not the employees.
That's right.
So, Mr. Chestnut, you're the boss, you're the top man, the administrator. You share with the viewers why they shouldn't have to worry about Fairmont in this matter.
Well, one, Mr. Mayor, and for our listeners out there, I've been here for 4 years. Absolutely enjoy my job. Love being part of the team here. But I'm surrounded by a bunch of professionals who really, for one, care about their jobs and care about the people here. I have not had a single concern of people not doing the right thing with our town's finances here. We watch our pocketbooks good. Our board look at the spending every month, and obviously has the opportunity to question anything. Our last 3 audits have been clean.
Absolutely.
You know, and you know, things are tight for us, but they're tight in a lot of our rural communities. But I wanted to take the opportunity to explain, you know, here in the town of Fairmont, we have the administrative staff, our collections department downstairs, our police department, our fire department, and our public works department. And we also have Parks and Rec also with Mickey, you know. But these are department heads and employees that I trust every day to do their job to the fullest. Now, I just don't sit back and just trust them to do that as we all would. You know, we have checks and balances, and the Board of Commissioners is part of that by reviewing the individual finances from every department every month.
And you sign every invoice.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Most definitely.
You personally sign it.
Most definitely.
So I know who to shoot if there's
That's right.
a problem.
That's right. You know, and we're careful about that. You know, we have a deputy clerk, Rodney Kane, that is usually the first person that gets an invoice from our department head. Then him and Jenny reviews it, and then myself. I have initial off on every invoice that comes to our town unless I'm not available. You know.
So there's only 2 ways that a bill gets paid.
That's right.
Either Rodney gives you the thing and you sign it and then they write a check, or if it's under the table somehow, the person who's sending the bill up here is going to end up having to pay for it himself.
Most definitely.
That's the only 2 ways.
That's right.
Because
That's
somebody, a battery man, a car man, a truck guy, somebody's going to get paid.
Most definitely.
Because they'll be up here with
That's
torches
right.
and pitchforks that they don't.
That's right.
But the only legal way is to go the way you're talking.
Most definitely, Mr.
And that's the way we do it.
Yes, sir. And that's the right way to do it. Is when it comes to money and finance, more eyes are better than less eyes. You know, there have been opportunities where literally the finance officer and I have gone through every line of our budget to make sure, for one, we're collecting what we're supposed to be collecting. We're spending what the board has authorized us to spend, and keep a track on the serviceability of our facilities, our vehicles, and equipment to make sure we can budget accordingly for when things going to happen. Now, things just pop up. You know, we have to spend money, and that's okay, because when things break, we have to spend money. but it still goes through the same process, even the emergency process.
Speak to the dedication of our employees. Talk about the dedication, the working after hours,
Most definitely.
the parades in the park, and Mr. Howard Lennon and the fire department and the police department and all the stuff that they have to do extra.
So I can't speak on all towns, but I can speak on this town. Most of our employees live, work, worship, and play here.
Yes.
And that gives them a significant buy-in into the community at which they serve. It's not like you see a police officer or fireman or public works guy that just comes to work every day and then goes back home every day. Our employees live here in the community, so they have an additional vested interest in keeping our town safe, fire mitigated, fun with public works or with Parks and Rec. But these guys, these employees go out of their way to participate in our town events at the hours. They come in and support our events that we're doing in the community, whether it's a book bag giveaway like we did this past weekend, whether it's something fun for the kids. I know our fire department went out and just did water things with our citizens and our children. Our police department is really active. I came in this morning to a list of telephone poles that lights are out this morning. A lot of police officers, when they drive in their towns, they're looking at the road. They're looking. Our guys look at the roads, and our guys look in the sky to make sure our citizens are just safe and have what they're supposed to do. They're really dedicated. Just some awesome employees.
I'm not trying to brag here. I'm just telling you a statement of fact. I've been in government here as a town commissioner and mayor 47 and a half years. I know you how can a man that old still be sitting up? Well, no, got special medicine, I'll tell you. No, 47 and a half years. I have never once, not once, asked an employee in all of those years to assist me with a particular event or activity. Help me do this, help me do that. Can you man this barricade? Not once have I ever been told no. If you ask them, they're going to do it. Now, they may not like it, and they may end up having to get paid, and that's fine, and we'll work that out. Because, well, I'll give you a perfect example. When the movie company came here on November of 2011, they got the entire police department to do traffic control.
That's right.
And they paid them $15 an hour just to stand and tell cars to hoe. Yeah, you can go hoe on one end of town, and in places they didn't want traffic around. They paid them everything they worked, 9 hours, 10 hours worth of work. They paid them. But they'd have probably done it for free.
Of course. And they
we got
support our
dedicated
community.
people. This is the
Yes,
thing.
sir.
We got honest, loyal, full of integrity, dedicated people. The only time, and I want to say this about the post office thing that this other town, I won't so bad to say the town because I'm embarrassed. I went to college there for 4 years, and I knew the government officials and knew a lot of the store owners there. And I'm embarrassed that this town, this particular town, did this, allowed this to happen. The only time, to my knowledge, that we have ever had a problem with sending our water bills out was the post office lost several trays of bills.
Yes, sir.
I don't know what happened to them. We sent them out a second time, but they didn't get charged twice.
That's right.
That's incredible.
That's
and then
right.
you close the doors and turn off the phone so people can't complain.
That's right.
Now,
We don't run from our
citizens. This is a big
citizens.
town now. This is a 40,000, 50,000 town, population town. This ain't no little old town like Fairmont. You notice some people getting $400 bills twice in 1 month, and they haven't decided yet whether or not to make them pay it.
That's right. That's crazy.
The 800. You can't do that.
No.
I got one final story, and I'm gonna let Mr. Chestnut finish up. This dedication. Every year, we don't do it anymore. We do it a little different. But every year, when I was a commissioner, we had Thanksgiving meal type meeting in the fire hall before we had the Heritage Center on Wednesday. Thanksgiving on Thursday. Everybody worked till 12 noon. We had a meal. Everybody went home.
Yes, sir.
On this particular day, back years ago, when I was a commissioner, everybody had a wonderful meal and we went home. 30 minutes on this 45-degree day with a light rain mist. I'm going to say it again. 45-degree day with a light rain mist. A massive, and no 1-inch line, a massive sewer leak occurred 2 baseball throws from where I'm sitting right now on Church Street. It's past the dog leg. If you go up Church Street, there's a 45-degree angle. It was up there about 100 yards. I heard about it, came from home, back down Main Street, turned into Baptist Church. When I made the dog leg, you could not see one single human being on the street. There was a backhoe, several trucks, no human beings. I got up to where the construction site was, got out of my car, walked over, and 8 men were inside,
Yes, sir.
down in the mud. Well, I can't say that word on TV.
That's
on YouTube.
That's right.
Waist deep in some cases with waders on in brown, murky water.
Yeah.
And they stayed that way for 3 days.
Yes, sir.
Even with the phone calls I got about, Charles, when do you think we'll get our sewer back? When do you think we'll be able to flush our commode? I went home, told my wife, we made sandwiches, drinks, brought them back to them. I didn't do it 10, 20, 30 times, but we did it several times.
Yeah.
If that's not dedication, I don't have a clue what dedication is.
And you see our guys in these weather conditions,
Yeah.
and you would think that they would be angry, that they would be mad.
I'm not answering the phone. Phone rings.
That's
I'm
right.
not answering it.
But they're not upset. They understand their jobs and their missions.
And another part of it is because of their leader.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I haven't
Yes,
said
sir.
any names except Jenny Larson's, but I'm going to throw this one out.
Yes, sir.
There's not one person at Public Works that would not jump off of the building I'm sitting in right now for Ronnie Sears.
Yes, sir.
They look for a
1000%.
soft spot to land, I think.
That's
I know
right.
they're not stupid.
Yeah.
But they would do anything for Ronnie Seals. He is the most wonderful leader I've ever noticed and been around. He's got 100% focused loyalty to those men. They'll do
Yes,
anything in the world for him, and he would do it for them.
Most definitely. He cares. He loves them.
Oh, yeah.
He's smart.
Yeah.
You know, and has the brain of an elephant that can remember everything. You know, sometimes I tell him I just get jealous because I don't see how he can manage basically a regional system with just the Fairmont guys.
I'm going to wrap my part of it up with this one statement. I've been saving this for the whole time. It would be easier to get a gold, 24-pound gold ingot bar out of Fort Knox, Kentucky, than it would be to try and fool and get a dime
That's right.
past Jenny Larson.
That's right.
I bet my life, and I've said this to many times,
Yes, sir.
I don't usually say it because I don't know when it's going to actually happen. I bet my life on that. And she told me right now, walked in this office, interrupted our filming and said, Mr. Kemp, Mr. Chestnut, the sky outside is orange with purple spots on it. I wouldn't even look out the door.
That's right. That's right.
I'd know it was that color.
Yes, sir.
That's the kind of people we got working for Fairmont.
Yes, sir.
I've hesitated to mention Ronnie and her name. There are plenty of others to go around.
Yes, sir.
But those are two personal people that I've been around Jenny Larson for 26 years. There's not a finer employee, works for the town, any city than Jenny Larson.
That's
Ronnie Seals, Chief Evans, the ladies in the War Department, my man right here. I trust him with my life.
Yeah.
I can't say any plainer than that.
We have some very good employees. So just when you see our employees, just take the opportunity and just say thank you. A lot of them don't get that except when it comes from our board members and staff. But in a world where they can be anywhere they want to be and could perhaps go make more money, they choose to stay here. So my last message is I'm grateful, I'm thankful for our employees that are here and that have came before those employees and our future employees, Mr. Mayor.
And if you see him and me wearing a pair of sunglasses, I can promise you, I can't speak for him. He probably likes different kind of glasses than I do.
Gas station sunglasses.
If it's me, mine's gonna be the cheapest version,
That's right.
the thinnest version of. You won't be seeing me wearing the $160
No.
Ray-Ban glasses. And I am absolutely not going to go anywhere to eat off the Fairmont dime and it be $231 a meal.
No.
I can't eat that much food anyway.
Yes, sir.
They know me.
Or drink that much.
You're in good shape.
That's
If you're
right.
from Fairmont and you're watching this, you can rest assured that things are being run right here.
Yeah.
I can promise you that.
And we love our
And if you want to come tomorrow night to our town board meeting and see the honor that we're going to bestow on our employees and the proclamation, and then next Wednesday feed them like we do quarterly, you're welcome to come. Not to that. I don't have enough food for that. Come tomorrow night and we'll be glad to share the honor to the employees. Thank y'all for listening. Next week, we're going to concentrate on teachers and students.
Awesome.